Not gonna lie, this cold has kind of put me under commission a bit, and I still feel the sinus is probably getting a bit worse. I don't know. I've still gotta take a couple more pills after tonight and before I sleep. But, anyways, just about 9 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, we had the end of AEW Dynamite, and I've had a lot of things to say about AEW on my Twitter. Go follow at the Kid Match 13. But what the hell kind of card was this for tonight? I mean, 2 matches I was really much interested in, and that was it. Jay Lethal versus John Maxley, and Darby Allin versus Andrade. Everything else just seemed like what the fuck. So we start off with one of those what the fuck matches. CM Punk versus Max Caster. Max Caster is a guy with talent, but he's a guy. But not someone on CM Punk's level. Not even close. It was fine. Really should have been lopsided from the jump, but, you know, got a lot of offense. You never take your eye off CM Punk, by the way, because he will hit you with something in a snap. And how many parts of the body was CM going to injure before he really won the match? Because he injured his knee, hurt his back, he had arm problem, everything. But did JR really call a regular pile driver a tombstone? Yeah, this sucks. It really sucks. Obviously, the gesture that Punk made about this was towards the AEW World Champion, whoever it will be, out of Adam Cole or Adam Page. He doesn't know who will be the world champ, but he does know he has a ton of gray hair, scars will cover his head, and he will be the AEW World Champion before his run is over, and he calls it a career. Good on the mic always. God, he's always good on the mic. MJF and FTR had a little bit of a backstage segment. Mark Sterling is MJF's lawyer. Wardlow doesn't exist in MJF's world. With Wardlow out of the way, the Pinnacle will now start getting wins. Wardlow is FTR's friend, but MJF considers them family. And it's a very good tribute by FTR to NWO and Scott Hall with the vest and the attire. Awesome, by the way. Very awesome. John Moxley and Jay Lethal had their match. Wow, thing! I will never do that again. Maybe not. It was a good match. I will not deny that, and it was all around incredible, but Jay needs a win and hasn't gotten a good one since being in AEW with back-to-back losses to Adam Cole and now John Moxley. It's an awesome match. I cannot believe this was happening. And it's so good to see John back in wrestling still. The crowd is molten. They were molten from the start with good technical wrestling. Their little tag team between John and Brian's name is now Blackpool Combat Club. That is their name. Pretty cool. But AEW kind of put themselves into a dilemma with that match. With neither man could lose, but one really needs to win more. Both needs to win. And you don't want to book a draw because a draw would just suck, and I hate draws in all honesty. But John won. And, yeah. And Jay has 2 back-to-back losses now in AEW, which sucks. Really sucks. Marina Shafir got a little bit of a promo package. Really interesting. Got a rundown of the card. MJF was on commentary during FTR versus Gun Club. They feel somewhat forced to me. I love Billy, but his kids, not so much. Like, they're pretty okay. I won't say that they're a bad tag team, but they're not really as good. All in all, match was more of an angle than a match. It was pretty solid as the match did go on, and FTR almost is through with the BS because they got caught in MJF's mess once again. Like, it was a pretty solid match, and FTR is one of the best tag teams in the world. They're not just charismatic, but they're way too good as a tag team. They're good in the ring. One of the best in the history of pro wrestling. Like, probably in the top 5 in the upper echelons of greatest tag teams ever. I wouldn't say they're the greatest, but they're top 5, in my opinion. And once Wardlow came in the building, he almost got close to MJF. Very close, but obviously security got to him just a little bit. Just a little bit quicker than Wardlow got to MJF. But it's coming. It's coming very soon. Will Hobbs and Keith Lee had a little bit of a promo before their match at Rampage. Keith Lee can bask and kiss Will's ass, but Will bask in Keith's glory. Just to sum it up. Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. You really broke up Inner Circle. One of the foundations of AEW now broken out to this piss ant group. They've been a revolutionary stable in sports entertainment. Everyone wants to be a part of the group, but they can GFY. No Santana, no Ortiz, no Kingston until Jake Hager pulled the curtain on the right side, and there they were, and the brawl began. There's a lot of ass kicking, and there's a lot of fights between Chris Santana, Ortiz, Eddie, just beating the hell out of Chris, Danny, and 2.0. But where was Jake and all that? Oh, yeah, he pulled up and just started kicking ass by himself. That's where the numbers game got involved, and Floyd became the equalizer. No help, no saving those three being Eddie, Santana, and Ortiz. And it was just an all-out ass woman with a belt, golden crested in the end. The Jericho Appreciation Society standing on top. I don't like that group at all. I really hate cold as well. Jade Cargill had a little promo segment. Who will be her opponent? Not Leva Bates, but Marina Shafir. Have at it. Daniel Bryan's theme song has lyrics now. When was that a thing? But his match with Will Yuta was actually really good. I will say that. It was really good from start to finish. It really took a hell of a beating. He was impressive. He got me super interested in what William would do with him in the coming weeks. It was technical wrestling, chain wrestling, grappling, submissions, and that spit in the face of defiance of Wheeler in the end. It was actually really cool to see. I liked that a lot out of that match. Definitely was the match of the night. Darby and Andrade got their little promo. Darby wanted this match for a long time, and Andrade will slap some sense into him. Andrade really needs a mouthpiece. Undisputed Elite Celebration. First off, the belts look perfect on them. And first and most importantly, Adam Page and Jurassic Express is not there tonight because they are ashamed of how they took championships. Because they should be ashamed of how Undisputed Elite took the championships from them. It's time for a new era in AEW. It doesn't matter what the rankings said. They are the 3 greatest wrestlers in the company. And then this man, Adam Page, happens to pull up in a goddamn Tesla. The most millennial thing that he could possibly do. And just beat the hell out of those 3. And then right on cue, Jurassic Charisma. I almost got the buckshot lariat, but did get a nice little offense in on Adam Page, or Adam Cole, and Red Dragon. It's pretty cool. Solid. The rematch should be very soon. The free TV and some kind of stipulation match, just to probably point that out there. Thunder Rosa had a promo on stage. A week ago, she was interrupted, but not tonight. She's the new Women's World Champion, the first Mexican female women's wrestler to do it. She wants to be the face of all women's wrestling. When she gets to the top, there are bullies, and she was ready to keep her foundation. And Nyla, just so you know, the women's champion is waiting. FTR cut a promo. Said that it's been said that they take wrestling too seriously. And that's because they love it. They will be the ROH Tag Champions. Then they will be 2-time AEW Tag Champs. And they challenge the Young Bucks to a rematch. Give me that match. I haven't watched the first one, but I am going to watch the first one very soon. The Bunny and the Owen Hart Invitational, or the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, found out her match was going to be against Toni Storm. Caught me by surprise, but I will say this, however. It's one thing I have to say, and it has to be mentioned. It's another former WWE star signing again. It's getting carried away, way too carried away by Tony Khan when he had to cut Marco Stunt and others due to budget cuts and not having communication with them after. It just sucks for them because they were the pinnacle of AEW to begin with, and now they're not even going to be featured on. They're not even being featured on TV, and they're not having any communication with them. It's just dumb. It's really dumb, and people try to defend this, but you really can't. It's just simply the same thing as what. It's just basically the same thing as what WWE is doing, but even worse. WWE at least had communication with them. This is 10 times worse. You're not communicating with them at all. It's really bad. As for the match, it was fine, but the ending felt super limp with that pile driver being the finisher when it's now such a transition move, and it's now like Storm Zero? What? That's now Storm Zero? I guess it was supposed to be the Tiger Suplex, the Tiger Mouth Suplex. Instead, it just happened to be a little bit of a botch. I don't know. It was fine. The Bunny, as we all know, is no kind of competition. And it's going to be back and forth. It was back and forth. And that headbutt is going to be lethal to Toni in the long run. The more she keeps doing it. And Toni ate 2 kicks to the face. Woo! That was brutal. Nyla and Vicky had a promo. Another promo. Nyla and Vicky's intelligence was insulted. Nyla refuses to be a footnote in the company. Thunder wish for a jiggity. Well, abacadabra, bitch. Nyla Rose is awesome. I will say this. I've always enjoyed Nyla Rose. There's going to be a tables match next week between the Butcher and Blade versus the Hardys after the events of last week's Anything Goes 8-man tag. Well, rundown to Rampage, the main event of Andrade versus Darby Allin. It's going to be one-on-one, but damn! You're just going to start with a sunset flip over the rope, and Jesus Christ! You're just going to launch that man Darby Allin to the shitty announcer setup at ringside. And Andrade has added size. A ton since leaving WWE. Really much. It's really been a ton that he's added. It's kind of, it's kind of good, not good. I don't know what to say. But, yeah, he took a very bad fall onto the steel steps that Darby did. And he knows how to work. He knows how to work as the underdog as the match just goes. And as for the match itself, it was not a bad match. And one thing Darby, like I said, he's always good at is taking a beating and just getting destroyed and leveled. He went head over heels during like a back suplex and like a head over heels suplex. That was just insane because that man just flew. He got decapitated. Got into a slap fest. And of course Sting got involved. Because the match was going down this end. And then the Butcher and the Blade ran out. And then Private Party ran out. And then the Hardys cleared house to overall end the show. And Hardy's going to break his back someday with that Swanton Bomb barely connecting, looking like a sunset leg drop. That's all I'll say. But I'd still like to see Jeff and Matt together. It is absolutely awesome. Because those two are my favorite tag teams in the world. Oh, 2 favorite guys in the world. Jeff is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And Matt himself is really fun to watch anytime. I love Matt. I love Jeff. Those 2 are absolutely amazing. Overall, it wasn't a bad night. It wasn't all bad in the side of AEW. But it was not all good for me. I did enjoy plenty of the matches. But the Jericho Appreciation Society stuff, the opener was fine, but not much. The tag was more of an angle between FTR and the Gun Club. They got that win. And Tony's debut, while it got the pop, the match, but the main event was fine. I will say that. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 stars for AEW Dynamite. Let me know in the comments what you think or what you thought about AEW Dynamite. Yeah, I'm doing another weekly destructing upload while my sinus is killing me and this head cold is killing me. But I'm not giving up. Obviously, tomorrow's an off day, but I am going to be doing some work. I'm probably going to get a prediction video out for WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver, maybe even Supercard of Honor. I am not sure. SmackDown is on Friday, along with Rampage and the WWE Hall of Fame. I'll get my reviews out after both of those take place. Those being SmackDown and Rampage, and then Saturday, all in one day, Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania Night 1, and then Sunday is WrestleMania Night 2. I'm gonna have some family over. I can't wait to watch it with them. I can't wait to watch it and review it on here. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome number of events going on. I can't wait. I love you guys. Stay safe. Peace and love. Later, and have a good night.